Don't make phone calls if you suck at making phone calls. Even if someone tells you, oh, it builds character, if you don't feel like that is your strongest point, that's more of a weakness for you, don't worry about the weakness. Go and double down on what you're good at. And then eventually you can hire out some cold callers or anything like that. Welcome to the Finding Happiness podcast, where we talk about business, marketing, and growth. I'm your host, Bobby, and I'm on a personal mission to help as many entrepreneurs, business owners, men, fathers, husbands, sons, brothers, to change their lives the way I am currently doing. Now, the only way I know how to do this is by sharing my struggles, my stories, my failures, my wins on what I'm doing every single day to change my life through business, through faith, and ultimately to help myself and my family get to where I feel like we need to be. If this sounds like you, I have a great episode for you today, and it's going to be around creating content based on what you're already doing. Now, I like to speak to real estate agents because I'm in the real estate space. I have a marketing business where we take photos, video of an agent's listing that's coming up. And then we also help you on the social media side create short form and long form content so that ultimately you can build a brand, create leads, and change your life the way that I am doing. All right, so today's episode is a good one. We're going to talk about strategy and what you can do while you're already doing the work you're doing. So, agents, you're prospecting every single day. Well, at least you should be. That's what your broker's telling you. That's what your team lead, that's what your peers are doing. Prospecting. There's many ways to prospect. Email marketing, content marketing, door knocking, cold calling, cold DMs, messages, text messages, you name it, there is a ton of ways to prospect. So you always want to pick the ones that you feel you're best at. Don't make phone calls if you suck at making phone calls. Even if someone tells you, oh, it builds character, if you don't feel like that is your strongest point, that's more of a weakness for you, don't worry about the weakness. Go and double down on what you're good at. And then eventually you can hire out some cold callers or anything like that. But I know plenty of agents who actually don't even need to cold call because they found other avenues to prospect and they're doing really well. So keep that in mind, you guys. So today is we're gonna talk about and we're gonna discuss 3 ways that you can create content while you're prospecting. Okay, I have my notes pulled up right here because, of course, I do not want to forget anything. I want to make sure that you get a ton of value and I do not waste your time. So let's just jump right into it. All right, so I have these notes right here. Realtors, if you are prospecting, there's 3 ways you can create content without overthinking new content ideas. Now, how many of us are always like, I don't know what to post, I don't know what to create, your mind goes blank? Well, this is why it's important to keep notes on your phone, keep notes on your computer. Whenever you have a great idea, voice text it. Say it out loud, record it, and then come back to it and then build it out. That's exactly what I did for this episode. Okay, so now the big thing is, how can you create content while you're actually prospecting? You're not wasting any additional time, so that way you can fully focus on trying to get leads, trying to help families, trying to get deals. Ultimately, make some money. All right, so let's go ahead and go into number one. Number one, create a behind the scenes. Now, this is where you can either grab your iPhone or your Android. You can do a time lapse, or you can actually just record what you're currently doing. So, right now, I can have my camera or my phone just recording me creating this episode for you. Now that'll show me that I am showing up for my audience, that I'm trying to add value, and ultimately it'll build emotions to the audience that's actually watching it. So let's just jump into the mind of a real estate agent. So if you are, let's say, making calls, so what you want to do is, if you don't have a tripod, totally fine. Get your phone and you're going to rest it up against a book, or your computer, something where it could be leveled. You can hit video and then record, or you can swipe over to your settings and then select time lapse. Now what that's going to do is just record you doing your thing. You don't have to have any audio. You don't have to showcase what you're talking to the people, for privacy reasons, but you're going to showcase what you're doing. And that'll allow you up to 60 seconds of video time, whether it's a time lapse or video, it doesn't matter. It'll give you up to 60 seconds because you don't really want to go anything past that. You want to keep it kind of short. So if you're writing offers, if you're door knocking, you're out in the field and you're door knocking, you can set up your camera, your phone somewhere against like the curb or somewhere against the car, and it'll showcase you walking up to a house, walking in the neighborhood. These are great ways to showcase what you do. Now, to me, the reason why I say this is because I built my entire company on showing behind the scenes. When I show up to a house, I showcase some of the clips of the house, but I also showcase me taking photos and then also being able to show you the final product. But don't focus on, okay, so I'm going to back up a little bit. I don't focus on showing you how good the pictures come out because honestly, majority of people's photos come out great. It's really not that hard anymore with technology to produce high quality photos. What's hard is to build a brand. What's hard is to build emotion and to get your audience to really listen and see what you do and believe what you do. And I think that's the goal here is to get them to believe that you are the right agent, you are the right choice when it comes down to selling or buying or investing in real estate. You have to make that like, know, and trust. You have to. And that's how you're able to make that connection and get an actual client. So writing an offer, doing office work, office culture, you and other agents talking. These are all different ways that you can set up what you already have and hit record and then create the content. From there, you can get creative. You can upload it to Instagram. You can find some audio samples, some music that you like right now, something that's already going viral, something that's trending. You can always use those sounds and then slap it onto your video and add some captions on it. You can add a title card like, I can't believe I just called 30 people and no one answered. Something like that. Or I can't believe I called 25 people and got 5 new appointments. What you're doing there is showing your hard work, that you're not willing to give up, that you are the person for the job. So that's number 1, you guys. All right, so number 2 is use your iPhone to record an actual video, an introduction of what you're doing. So number 1, 3, 2, 1. So number 2 is we're actually going to get in front of the camera. We're going to talk a little bit. You're going to give an introduction what you're about to do. So if you're going to go door knocking, you want to grab your phone and then hit record and say, all right, so today I'm in the neighborhood of blank. I'm going to door knock as many houses as I can because I have an upcoming open house and I want to make sure that everyone in the neighborhood knows that I'm going to be there and not to worry if there's a lot of traffic, and then apologize for anything that might happen. It could be like, and I just wanted to apologize if you do see a lot more people coming through. It's just I'm trying to do my best to make sure that you get the best neighbors in your neighborhood. And by doing this is you're putting your face onto the video and then your voice. Another way to build trust. But it doesn't stop at the door knocking. If you're going to write an offer, you're going to make calls, you're going to send out DMs, make content. All these are ways for you to make an intro. Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon. I'm about to make 3 videos that are going to help buyers get that much closer to understanding the process of real estate. Or you could say something along the lines of, I have 4 offers to write for my client. I'm super excited because they finally found some houses that they would really like to move into, they would like to buy, and I'm going to do my best. And I want to give you just a quick description on what it takes to write an offer, what the whole purpose of the offer is, and then end the video there. So what you're doing is you're putting your face, your voice to what you're about to do. It's another way of building emotion, of building that connection, the like, know, and trust. So number 1, we have behind the scenes, showing your work ethic. Number 2, an introduction on your phone, just showcasing your voice, who you are, your face, and letting your end user, the audience, know what you're about to do and what to expect. Now, those right there, again, are two things that I already do, and it's helped me a long ways to be able to build clientele, to be able to build leads, and to actually make some money and get my work serviced. Okay, so we have number 3. All right, so we have number 3, and number 3 is taking photos. Okay, this is a carousel on Instagram. You can do a reel on Instagram. You can use these photos, make it a short video for TikTok as well. But I want to make sure you're doing photos as well as video. It's still a great resource. It's still a great way for content to be shared, and it's not so hard to consume. You don't have to sit there and look at captions. You don't have to sit there and hear anyone's voice. You can just swipe, swipe, swipe. Now, the goal is to make it a carousel, like your storytelling. So, going back to prospecting, the way I would do it is if I'm going to make calls, then I'm going to take a picture of me in the office, take a picture of my computer and the phone, take a picture of me on the phone, take a picture of me off the phone, and maybe like a funny picture like. So the purpose of that is you're, again, showing what you're doing, the work ethic you're showcasing to build like, know, and trust. But it's just another way for someone to consume your content. It might be the way that you pop off, to be honest, because if everyone is shooting video, constant video, captions, and then you come with 3 to 5 pictures for a carousel, well, it allows you to be able to show up multiple times. The one hack for Instagram carousels is if you see one photo and you keep swiping, in a little while you're going to see the second photo. You're going to keep swiping, looking at everybody else's content, and then the third photo is going to come up. So it gives you multiple ways to keep showing up, and one of those photos eventually is going to get someone to like or comment on that piece of content. So the purpose of this video was for you to understand that you don't have to overthink creating content. You don't have to come up with new ideas or feel like you need to copy someone or reverse engineer. What you need to do is document what you're already doing. I think that's the biggest hack of everything right now. We're so busy. We have so many things to do, and it's really hard to figure out a script, content ideas, and then have to film yourself a bunch of different takes and then edit. But if you can master what you're already doing and just make sure you can document it, well, right there is going to already set you apart than most people. Let everybody overthink content. Let everybody sit for hours screen sucking, on TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook, while you just put your phone to the side, hit record, and continue working. All right, so that is it for today's episode. I try to keep these short and sweet, and I hope you can find some value and take some actionable steps in today's video, because I promise you, if you can do 1 out of 3 of these, if not all 3, you will get that much further in your business. Your marketing will take an upswing. You will see progress, I promise, from you building confidence, from you knowing how to create content, and then from you actually being able to connect with people. All right, if you found any value in today's video, I ask that you share this with a friend, repost it, subscribe if you're not subscribed, leave me a comment, and I will see you guys next week.